and she's a best friend to giggle with. We had some giggling in the rehearsals room. But she used to say, before our Arbonne success, that I was her guardian angel. She is now, unquestionably, mine. Please welcome to the stage my incredible sponsor into this business, the fabulous Executive National Vice President, Sue Cassidy.
If it's in the way, you're either with me or you're in my way. Okay, see, you gotta think on your feet, especially when your shoes hurt. Okay, guys, big selfie right here. Okay, hold on. Have to do this. Oh, phooey. Anybody can do this business, it's not working. Somebody get a picture. Oh, good, thank you. Hold on, I can't get the thing off. See, I know a lot of you have a plane to catch and things like that, and trains. I want to be cognizant of that, but there are things that I simply cannot miss to tell you. Thank you. Now we can do it. Now we're doing it. Yay! Woo! Thank you. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. I had a whole speech written out here today, and a lot of it's been changed. Because so many of you did such a brilliant job saying things that I was going to say, but you did it much better than I could have. So I started kind of from scratch. I did keep a lot of it because it's important thing. There are important things for you to be reminded of. But the first thing I want to say is that I am staggered to be here today with all of you. I can't think of another place I would rather be, or any people I would rather be with than you right here today, because you are truly my family. Thank you. So, because I rewrote a lot of this, I realized that I'm standing here and I'm swimming as I'm drowning. Which is what I do all the time. I always put myself in these situations. Yesterday when Dr. Peters talked about which box are you? Are you the yellow box or the orange box? I'm the orange box. Of course, I'm always uncomfortable. I'm always living on the edge. I'm always taking a leap of faith into the unknown. And guess what? I always land on my feet. It's not always fun. And then I realized when he was talking, you really want to be in the other place. I get there. But I realized why, you see, for me, the orange place is my comfort zone, that orange box. But now I know I have a monkey. I have a chimp, and I named him Larry. So he's my friend, and now I get to tell him what to do instead of him telling me what to do, which dovetails perfectly into my training. So before I get into that, I want to ask you a question. How many of you ever thought you'd be living, or you would live in your future? Anybody think would live in your future? Well, guess what? You are. You're here, and this was once your future. And here I stand in front of you, and 68 years old was really a long way off. And here I am today standing right in it. And guess what? Never felt better. Never felt younger, never felt more alive. And why do you suppose that is? Because that's how I see it. That's what I believe. When I was 58 years old, 10 years ago, and I started my Arbonne business, people would say to me, how can you do that at your age? Duh, what do you mean? I don't believe in age, so it doesn't apply to me. And you can't believe in that. This is the only business I've heard of that doesn't have a shelf life. Nobody's got an expiration date on your head. You can be, do, and have anything you want starting right now. Right now, because I'll tell you, you're going to be living in your future again tomorrow, and right this minute, right this second. So get a handle on it and embrace it and figure out who you want to be when you grow up, and what you want your life to look like, and how you want to make a difference, because this is it. This is it. So, because of Arbonne, I was able to leave I've lived a life where you heard all the things I've done. Those are things I've done. That's not who I am. And people have always said, well, gee, she's married to a really famous person. They have a lot of money and a lot of stuff. Yeah, I did. Did it make me happy? No. It was fine for a while. It was wonderful. And then it would be something else and something else because of living in that orange box. But the truth is, I was able to leave a 29-year marriage without taking one penny because of Arbonne. Thank you. I'm proud of that. Because I get to be a role model. Me, little old songwriter Sue, gets to be a role model without somebody else's light shining on me. I get to be me. Thank you. I got lost. Nobody saw me. They were always looking at that. So here's me, warts and all, and I love it. Thank you. And I know who said that. Chris, I love you. I love everybody in this room. I could stand here forever, even though my shoes hurt. So, I get to live a lifestyle that enables me to go where I want, when I want, with whom I want, how I want, anything. Because I choose it. Because I'm not looking for somebody else to save me, do it, fix it, and I'll get into that in a second. But you saw the call, the reenactment of the call that Caroline and I, had when I called her, and I had only met her once in person. It was all over the phone. We had never met, but you know how you get a sense of someone? That's what happened in my relationship with Caroline. So I was prospected by Aldis Loreno, who was my real estate agent. And when she came to my house after selling a house for me, she said, I want to do this with you. All the things that she said about Arbonne. I said, I'd rather die than do that. Fast forward 9 months, she drives up in the white Mercedes-Benz, and I went, oh my God, she did it without me? Me? And she said, I still want to do this with you. And I said, never. Well, never. Don't ask me again. Give me the catalog. I'll buy a lipstick because I want to be a good friend. And I didn't realize that I stabbed her in the heart the way I blew her off all those times until it happened to me, and still happens to me on a regular basis. So no doesn't mean you're going to die. Nobody has ever died doing Arbonne. It's just not fun when they say no, and then you feel sorry for them because they just have no vision. So... there when you die. So don't give up your power to anybody. So, way back in those years, we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have Powwow Now. We didn't have Zoom. We didn't have Skype. We didn't have anything. We had an airplane. And I had to get on that plane and come here to do this. But I have to tell you the second half of the story of the call with Caroline, because it's brilliant. We talk. She says, oh, I can't do this in front of my daughter's wedding. And that's what everybody sounded like to me every time I came over here, and now I kind of speak the language. So I get a call from Caroline, and it's late at night, and I know if it's late where I am, and I was in upstate New York, it's got to be really late in Glasgow. Well, now I know, having known them both so well, they never sleep in that house. They're always up, and I don't know how they do it. Anyway, I get this call. She said, you won't believe what happened. She said, I went to the airport. I went to the airport to pick up a pastor who's been a family friend since the 80s. I pick him up, he gets in the car, and guess what the first thing is he does? He hands me a copy of Success from